Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I got a message from somebody asking, hey Jennifer, I would love to see a video on your favorite fur shift at Disney. So according to my YouTube analytics, about half of the people who watch my channel aren't subscribed. So if you want to check out my channel, subscribe to it and hit like. So I was very blessed. In 2004, Disney hired me in Disney Entertainment as a character performer. So I will put a couple of pictures of characters I was friends with up on the screen for you to peruse. Some of you guys have watched some of my videos, so you know what I'm talking about. But something I don't really talk about is what it was like to be a fur character. And okay, I have to go back and read this question. Okay, favorite fur shift at Disney. I have to be honest with you. This question is very, very hard. I'm gonna be kind of vulnerable with you guys here. Please don't judge me, don't hate me. Don't be like, that Jennifer, she's a terrible person. Okay, maybe you can think I'm a terrible person. So if I would not have gotten hired to work as a Disney princess, I don't think I would have taken the job. And let me say that as a way to lower myself and raise up the fur characters, because y'all had it hard. Y'all had it hard. You guys were sweating bullets. I remember guests coming up to me when at Animal Kingdom when I was able, so it all depends on your height, what fur character Disney will hire you for. And so I'm 5'5.5", almost 5'6". I think Disney had me at 5'6", so they had me as being friends with Pluto, Rafiki, Friar Tuck, Wendell Bear. I got to be friends with Kermit the Frog. In the parades in Spectro Magic, I was friends with Mr. Smee. In fact, because I couldn't figure out what my favorite fur shift was, it was Mr. Smee in Spectro Magic, hands down. Hands down. If I had to have a joyful moment, that was it. Sorry for my voice. So why was Mr. Smee at Spectro Magic so amazing? Okay, first of all, does anyone remember that parade? Is that parade even still going? I don't have annual passes to Disney. I just said a prayer with my friend that somehow God would provide annual passes for me to Disney. Things cost money, you guys. Things are expensive. We have annual passes to Universal, but let me get back to Mr. Smee. Okay, so the reason Mr. Smee was so great is that it was at nighttime, and Mr. Smee's costume was very light. Unlike Pluto, okay, here's my nose, and where my hand is reaching out to is where Pluto's nose was. And so, yeah, all you have to do is stretch your hand out as far as it will go in front of your head. Do this right now in your home. Put your hand as far out in front of you as it will go. And that is Pluto's nose. And it is heavy. And I think I have more upper body strength now as a 42-year-old than I did at 21. I didn't have upper body strength. And whenever I would perform as Pluto, it would leave red marks on my shoulders up here. And if I had to perform Princess Jasmine the next day, I had this tiny little strap, and you could see the red marks that Pluto left. It was so heavy. It was much better suited to people who had a lot of upper body strength, guys who have strong shoulders. But that was what made Mr. Smee so great. He had a normal head, just a little rounder, and he was a fat character, so he had rings around his belly where there was air, not air conditioning. Again, guests would, at Animal Kingdom, when I would be friends with Rafiki, I remember guests saying, oh, because this one lady, she was like, oh, I feel so sorry for you. You must be so hot. It is sweltering hot out here. Oh, I'm so sorry. As she was taking the picture with Rafiki. And then the husband comes up. He's like, oh, don't say sorry to Rafiki. They have air conditioning machines in there. They're fine. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, no, we don't. No, we don't have air conditioning in here. But of course you can't talk when you're in costume. There is no air conditioning in the fur character costumes unless something has changed and I don't know about it. At least in 2004 to 2009, there were no AC units in any costume that I have heard of. But anyways, that's what made Mr. Smee so great. So it was nighttime. It was spectro magic. So it was like, it's just fun and pretty. And there's something really exciting about a parade. Mr. Smee had a very humble position. He was way at the very, very back. I think behind me were the rope girls. If you know what the rope girls are, they kind of hold like the flag that sort of ends the parade. Anybody who's watched my channel for any significant length of time, you should know, and I hate to say this about myself, but at least at the time, I was a terrible dancer. I still am not the greatest of dancers. I never had dance classes growing up. It was a miracle that Disney Entertainment even hired me at all, but I was terrible. Like, I tried to audition so many times. Disney tried really hard with me, but I could not get the choreography down, what made me feel even worse was that there were guys who had never taken hardly if any dance classes, and they were even better than me. So I would see all these guys getting trained. Granted, part of me wonders if they were just merciful on them because they really needed guys in shows. I don't know. But the point is, I got to learn choreography for Mr. Smee. That is one of the few places in Disney. In fact, that was pretty much the only place in Disney where I got to learn some semblance of choreography. And the best part about Mr. Smee is he's like a bumbling idiot kind of thing. And so even if I was off on my steps or like forgetful or whatever, it didn't matter because Mr. Smee is an idiot. Like, sorry for using that word, I don't mean to offend anyone. He's not with it. You know what I'm saying? He's like bumbling around all the time. And so that really worked well for it was a good casting, I will say. But yeah, so less heat, no weight on my head, air all around me. I got to feel like a dancer, even though I was not a dancer, because I wasn't that great anyway. It worked for the character. So that is my favorite first shift. I would say the hardest, though, was being friends with Pluto. I am not gonna lie. It was extremely hot, like almost dehydrating hot. But you know what? The fur characters were so great because, I don't know, they acclimated their body. They knew how to survive somehow. You kind of learn a rhythm if you did fur on a regular basis, but I was very blessed to be friends with Princess Jasmine, who had the least amount of clothes, I might add, at the time, and Pocahontas, also not that much fabric, so at the time anyway, so I wasn't used to being covered up. And I remember this one fur character, like early on when I got hired, she came up to me and she was like, "I'm a better performer than you." Like, she was my friend, like we had trained together, and it took me off guard. I was not ready for it. And I was like, "Yes, you are." Like, I affirmed her because I knew, for me, like, because I knew that I wouldn't be working in Disney Entertainment had I not gotten a face role. I instantly thought better of her because I thought she's a true performer. She truly wants to be here, like, for real. Like, she loves the kids genuinely. A lot of the character performers who do fur, like, on a full-time basis, genuinely love their job and love what they do. At least the ones that I knew that were full-time, they could have worked anywhere in the park. They could have been, you know, in attractions, food and beverage, somewhere else, but not for characters sweating all crazy. They genuinely loved what they did and the magic that they made, and they had so much fun. And it was a pretty good gig. You got a lot of rest, especially in the summer, because you didn't have to work the full hour. You know, you needed to rest your body and all that. So yeah, I do want to elevate fur characters in this video as harder working, better heart posture, because like I was kind of, it was a bit vain of me, shall we say. And so be sure to show love to the fur characters. They are working hard. Parents, be loving and kind. One time, oh, I gotta share this other story. So Friar Tuck, I was friends with Friar Tuck, who was also, like, if I wasn't doing Mr. Smee, he was my next favorite. but one day I was signing autograph, or Friar Tuck was signing autographs, and a family, well, actually it wasn't a family, it was the little boy who came up. He came running and got an autograph, and then his mom came up right behind him. I'll never forget, because it was my first day working, like officially, like in Magic Kingdom. The mom was like, Tammy, get away from that character. That character's ugly. That's so ugly. We don't want an autograph from him. Go Mickey Mouse is over there. And so I remember, like, I wasn't Friar Tuck. I was, you know, like, but I still took on Friar Tuck. Like, I thought that I was Friar Tuck. And so, or that's how I felt, or whenever I was, like, I was Friar Tuck as far as I was concerned. So I took deep offense to being called ugly. And I was like, how can people hate on Friar Tuck? Like, how can they call him ugly? That is so rude. Like, you know. And I remember being like emotionally distraught about it for a while. I'm not gonna lie. I got over it. But I always show extra love to Friar Tuck when he's out. Does he even come out anymore? Does anybody know? Comment below if you regularly go to Magic Kingdom or the theme parks and you see Friar Tuck. Please let me know. So those are some of my fur character experiences. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit like if you like this video. Please share this video if you think it would bring somebody else joy or entertainment. And I hope you stay tuned to see what else gets thrown out there. Oh, and comment below what kind of videos you want me to make, and so hopefully I can make them. I can be kind of random with my videos, so I don't mind suggestions or direction, but at the same time, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, everyone.